Have you ever done something shocking or even appalling and you just couldn't figure out why you did what you did? The news is filled with reports of people's errant behavior. The child molester, who everyone agrees seems like such a nice guy. The upstanding cop who beats his wife in private. The married minister who seduces vulnerable members of his flock. The teacher who has a flaming affair with her middle school student. The prim secretary who cuts loose in Vegas, and so forth. These are all stories of people who've had the experience of a disowned aspect of self jumping into the driver's seat and taking control of the wheel. It happens all the time. So there's no way to suppress a disowned aspect. No surefire way to control a part of ourself that we've been suppressing from coming to the light. Understand that your soul does not want you to stay small, stuck, or hidden in any way. So as long as there is any part of yourself that continues to hide, avoid, ignore, deny, repress, defend, or otherwise deflect your issues, these disowned parts will be clamoring inside of yourself for your attention. If you choose to act like an ostrich and put your head in the sand, that won't stop your subpersonalities from wreaking havoc upon your life. To the contrary, ignoring your subpersonalities or repressing them actually causes them to act out more emphatically. When this happens, you will feel totally out of control in your own life. It will feel like someone has just grabbed your internal wheel and taken over driving your body vehicle. Now, my examples were pretty dramatic, yet each of us experiences our own degree of separation uniquely. You may not be an abusive spouse, but you may occasionally scream at your children or your partner in a way that you instantly regret and feel bad about inside. You may not be a child molester, but you may have some level of guilt or shame around sex that causes you to behave mechanically in some way. You may not be anorexic or bulimic, but you may notice that you cannot stop yourself from using sugar, wine, food, coffee, cigarettes, or whatever for comfort or to alleviate stress or boredom. I can own that I've had a part of my personality act out in a way that felt beyond my control way more times than most people would feel comfortable admitting. There have been times in my life where I snapped at people in anger, times where I dropped into a depression and couldn't even respond to my own child's question, times where I had so much resistance that I couldn't force myself to do something if my life depended on it. Times when I said mean things to people for no apparent reason that I immediately regretted. Times I did things that made no sense to me. Times that I sabotaged relationships or jobs for no apparent reason. I could fill volumes on this subject, but you get the idea. Have you ever had that happen? Had a part of your personality act out in a way that felt beyond your control? Be willing to take a deep, honest look at yourself. For myself, once I understood that I'd been repressing parts of my own personality for years and trying to change my unhealthy behaviors to no avail, I took a deep breath, metaphorically bit the bullet, and took full responsibility for all of the parts of my own personality that I had put out into the dark, in my unconscious. This was life-changing for me. This was some of the most liberating work that I have ever done. As a result, I now feel whole, complete, congruent, and I live in peace. As soon as you are ready and willing to take full responsibility for yourself, you can choose to begin the process of integrating any disowned aspects of your personality into the love and acceptance of your own heart. Say, I'm willing to take responsibility for any parts of myself that I've left out in the dark. Action step. Take full 100% responsibility for any disowned aspects of your own personality that you unknowingly put out in the dark. Declaration. I am now willing to take full responsibility for any parts of myself that I've disowned or left out in the dark. Many blessings of joy and vibrant freedom